When a manager publicly admits his relationship with the club owner has soured, you know the writing is on the wall. And that's exactly what's happening at Nottingham Forest right now. Nuno Espirito Santo's time as Nottingham Forest head coach appears to be coming to an abrupt end, with the club preparing to officially announce his departure from the role. This shocking development has sent ripples through the football world, especially considering the Portuguese manager's remarkable achievements during his tenure. But here's where it gets controversial. The catalyst for this dramatic split wasn't poor results or fan pressure, but rather a very public breakdown in relationships behind the scenes. The bombshell dropped during a pre-match press conference on August 22nd, when Nuno made the stunning admission that his once close relationship with Forest owner Evangelos Marinakis had completely deteriorated. I have always maintained an excellent relationship with the owner. Last season, we were incredibly close, communicating almost every single day, Nuno revealed to journalists. This season, however, things haven't gone nearly as smoothly. What makes this situation even more intriguing is that just 1 week later, on August 29th, Marinakis himself publicly stated that he still believed Nuno was the right person to lead the club forward. Talk about mixed messages from the top. And this is the part most people miss. The real drama was happening away from the cameras. Reports emerged that same day, revealing a potentially devastating rift between Nuno and Edu, who had recently joined Forest as their global head of football in July. For those unfamiliar with Edu's background, he's the former Arsenal technical director who left the Gunners last November before making his surprising move to the City ground. To understand just how remarkable this fall from grace truly is, we need to look at Nuno's incredible journey with Forest. When he arrived in December 2023, the club was in absolute crisis mode, sitting in a precarious 17th position after managing just 1 victory in 13 matches under his predecessor Steve Cooper. Forest fans were genuinely worried about relegation, and rightfully so. What happened next was nothing short of miraculous. Nuno didn't just steady the ship, he completely transformed it. By the end of that first partial season, Forest had climbed to safety, finishing 17th, but crucially staying 6 points clear of the relegation zone. This was despite receiving a 4-point penalty for violating the Premier League's profitability and sustainability regulations. A punishment that could have spelled disaster for a struggling team. But the real magic happened during Nuno's first full campaign. The transformation was absolutely stunning. Forest accumulated an impressive 65 points, more than doubling their previous season's tally of just 32 points. They finished in 7th place, an achievement that seemed impossible just months earlier. Even more remarkably, they ended up only 6 points behind third-placed Manchester City, one of the most successful clubs in world football. This phenomenal season didn't just exceed expectations. It secured Forest's return to European competition for the first time since the 1995-96 season. While they narrowly missed out on Champions League qualification, which would have required a top 5 finish, they did earn a spot in the Europa League. A massive achievement for a club that had been fighting relegation battles in recent years. However, the cracks began to show even before the current season kicked off. Nuno made some eyebrow-raising comments about the club's preparation for the 2025-26 campaign, boldly stating that Forest faced a major problem and were extremely far from where we should be heading into their opening fixture. These weren't the words of a satisfied manager. They were warning signs that all was not well behind the scenes. The current season has been a harsh reality check for Forest fans. After collecting just 4 points from their opening 3 matches, including a disappointing 3-0 defeat to West Ham in their most recent outing, the early optimism has quickly evaporated. While it's still very early in the campaign, This start represents a significant step backward from last season's European qualification heroics. What makes this entire situation so fascinating and controversial is the timing. Here's a manager who took a relegation-threatened team and guided them to European football. Yet, he's being shown the door after just a few poor results. Some might argue this represents the ruthless nature of modern football, where even recent success doesn't guarantee job security. Others might suggest that the behind-the-scenes politics and relationship breakdowns were always going to be more decisive than what happened on the pitch. The question that's burning in every Forest fan's mind is whether the club is making a huge mistake. Are they throwing away the architect of their recent success over personality clashes and ego battles? Or are they making a necessary change before things get worse? What do you think? Is Nottingham Forest making the right call in parting ways with Nuno Espirito Santo? Or are they about to regret losing the man who transformed their fortunes? Should success on the pitch outweigh behind-the-scenes tensions? Or do those relationships matter more than we realize? Share your thoughts, and let's debate whether this decision will prove to be brilliant foresight or a costly mistake that haunts the club for years to come.